Morning. It was definitely a cold one last night, and I'm staying bundled up for a bit. Usually hiking will, hiking will definitely warm you up as you get moving. But it's probably like dropped down to maybe in the 30s, 38 degrees or so, just above freezing. And the wind chill though, it's not windy too much, but when the wind does get through, it's like instantly down to like 20 degrees. Wind chill is super cold. We're still up in the mountains. A bunch of ridges and stuff to go over. And then we're dropping down just outside the town of Gorham, where the hostel's at. Got reservations there. The goal is to get there by 4 o'clock. That'll give us time to get settled, showered, changed. I think they do a resupply run into the town of Gorham at 5 o'clock. So we can get that all knocked out real quick. I think the train's supposed to be kind of easier. And I think we're pretty much out of the whites. Once we finish this stuff up, I think we're definitely right on the edge. There's the top of South Carter. Maybe kind of a stealth spot right there. I don't know if you'd want to be on the top of here though. Okay, working our way down to the next one. This is the top of Middle Carter. Here's the summit of North Carter. We're still all fogged in. I think this is one of the last peaks-ish. There's a lot of downhill from here on out. Definitely some technical bits on the descents coming down. It's very steep in parts. Everything's wet and damp from the cloud cover, and my shoes are terrible on wet rocks, so I'm slipping and sliding all over the place, so I'm just going to go as slow and careful as possible. Oh man, these very precarious. I'm already kind of scraped up from trying to scramble down this. And it's wet and it's windy. The wind's not really bothering me yet, but I think it's going to be windy all day. This is just kind of rough. Here's the split off for the imp shelter, 0.3 down that way. I'm gonna skip it. I don't need anything. I'm gonna keep moving to get to the hostel. Yep, keep moving up there. The clouds are just barely starting to lift. Today may be similar to what yesterday was like, to where it was mostly sunny for a lot of the afternoon. I made it to the top of Mount Moriah. There's a split off here. It's like another 0.1 rock scramble to go to the very top. I'm not going to do that. That's not part of the trail. I don't need that extra effort, so. Continuing. And from here, we got 6 miles left. This is the last peak we've done for the day. So it's pretty much all downhill from here. And it looked like the first, like 0.1 from here, starting the downhill, is like straight down and is gonna be the worst of it. So we'll see what that looks like in a second here, as soon as it starts dipping down. Yeah, this looks like the start of the straight down. It looks like it should only be kind of short, and this is the worst of the day kind of thing. Kind of just looks like stair stepping, so it doesn't look too bad. Alright. Yeah, so far not that bad. Stair stepping is fine. At least it's not all straight downhill. We still got over 2,000 feet of elevation to lose though. And I had cell service for a second, so I was just checking. The hostel sent me a check-in procedures email, and on it it says that check-in starts at 4 p.m. I was kind of trying to get there no later than 4 p.m. So right now I think I'm ahead of schedule. I heard this place is kind of like well run, follow the procedures, that kind of stuff, which is good. So it's not like a crazy lackadaisical do whatever. So I feel like I have to stick to that no earlier than 4 o'clock kind of thing. So I may chill for a bit at the next shelter, which is like 2 miles ahead. Or what I would really like is if there's a gas station or a Quickie Mart or something that's right next to it on the road crossing, then I could just walk there and load up on a bunch of snacks and stuff. That would be awesome. But I don't know what's near there, so I'm gonna have to recheck and see if I can get signal again and see what's right there in the area. The hostel and where we're at is not near the town of Gorham. We're still like 3.5 miles out of town or something like that. So I don't know if there's gonna be many other amenities near the hostel that I can kind of chill at for an hour if I'm super early. The sun's coming out and the temperatures are increasing. The skies are lifting a little bit. I think my new plan is to just get to the next shelter in a little bit and lay all my stuff out to dry. Because everything's definitely wet from last night. And that last mile has been easy terrain. I've just been flying down the hill. Very gradual slope. So I think as all the water's kind of collected more and more as we've come down the mountain, I think this is all the Rattle River now, going this way. And the Rattle River shelter is only like 0.2 from here, so we're right around the corner. And I don't think it's too far off trail. It's just kind of just right there in the middle of the trail. So we'll be there in a minute. There's the Rattle River shelter. The AT goes right up the front porch. Okay, got some stuff out drying, tent's drying. I've taken over the shelter. I'm just gonna chill here for a bit and eat some snacks and stuff. I'm definitely early. The train has been super easy the last mile or two, and I'm expecting that to continue till all the way down. So we're definitely ahead of schedule. I think I'm just gonna do some planning then and see what the next resupply stretch and all that looks like. And we're also on the doorstep to Maine. That is, we may cross into Maine tomorrow. That's one of those things I got to rehash the numbers and the distances and all that stuff. So I'm gonna occupy myself for the next hour or whatever. All right, the sun's out for a second. We are back on trail. Heading back to the, we're not too far from where the road crossing is and the hostel and all that. We'll be there shortly. Had a nice good like hour plus long break, drying stuff out at the shelter. And I did some definite replanning of what my next stretch. I was gonna kind of do a 2-day into another road crossing to get into the town of Bethel. But I think instead I'm gonna do like a 5-day resupply and keep pushing straight to where there's a road crossing to get into Rangeley, Maine. And that's where I'm gonna meet up with a buddy, and I'm probably gonna do a 0 there. So 5-day resupply to Rangeley, Maine. I'll show you what that looks like later, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'll check back when we get close to the hostel. Made it to the road. This is our place. The Rattle River Lodge and Hostel. And now we're all checked in, settled into the hostel. I'm up in the top bunk right here behind me. And in about an hour or so, they're gonna do a shuttle run into town, Dollar General, so I can get resupply stuff. I'll kind of show a quick overview of what my plan looks like for the next stretch. In the meantime, I think I'm just gonna relax and stuff. So I'm tired, feeling good. Yeah, I'm just gonna relax. Hopefully we can get some food. I don't know if there's something right next to the Dollar General, but hopefully I can get some fresh baked goods or something. I don't know what my dinner plans are gonna be. There's a pizza place that will deliver out here though, so maybe pizza later? I don't know, we'll figure it out though. I'll check back later. Dollar General was closed, so we're hitting up a Walmart. This will work even better. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I got dinner and stuff taken care of. Resupplies all taken care of. There's a full house here, lots of people moving back and forth, so I'm just trying to find a discreet place to film real quick. But yeah, we're just gonna have to catch everybody up in the morning. I'm gonna sign off of here. We'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. We're heading out of the hostel. A short road walk, and then we'll be back in the woods. That place was, it was good. It was just kind of a madhouse. It was way overcrowded, in my opinion. From the website, it seemed like there was like 7 bunks and 2 private rooms. So I'm thinking a max capacity of like 9 people or so. There must have been close to 50 hikers there. It was a mad scramble, and I just felt overwhelmed, so. Sleep and everything was okay-ish. The mattresses were a little uncomfortable. It's just when you get used to sleeping on your own mattress pad and stuff, sleeping in a bed or a mattress just doesn't work anymore. So, I don't know. My personal stay was not that great, but it was an okay place. Anyway, I got my resupply food. I got 5 days. I was trying to plan as much as I can, like through these next sections, but I don't know. There's no stealth spots like that were listed that people were talking about. Shelter distances are too far apart that I'm trying to aim for. And talking to southbounders, they're like, oh yeah, the terrain is just horribly rough and rocky. So I'm like, so am I doing like 12-mile days still? I don't know. It's just really hard to plan. So I'm just gonna go with the flow. I don't know what I'm doing. Push as many miles as I can, kind of thing. And then, so I don't know. And then this morning, it was just, you know, too many people. I just had to get out of there, so I'm out of there. I gotta get back in the woods where I belong. We are crossing a old hydro station and a river, so I'll flip the camera around here. It's like an old hydroelectric station. And crossing over the Androscoggin River. And something else I am unhappy about is that the shoe rack at the hostel, because there were so many people there, was completely full. So I set my shoes like beside it, but I didn't realize there was no overhang over where I'd set my shoes, and it rained last night. So my shoes had like 4 inches of standing water in them. They'd just been soaking all night. So my shoes are the wettest they've ever been. Today's supposed to be mostly sunny, I think, so at some points I may be able to try to dry my shoes out some. So, whatever. I just had an unpleasant experience overall, I guess. There's just too many people. It was way too overcrowded. But we're back on trail, so I'll be happy today. And something else that was kind of funny about last night is that, like, as soon as I roll into the place, all I want is food. But it was early, so I'm waiting until we do the food run. There's Gorham is a very small town, and the only thing that delivered was the pizza place, and they had pizza menus back at the hostel, so a couple of us were planning on just ordering pizzas as soon as we got back. So I was not going to get extra food at the Walmart. So we got the Walmart stuff, come back to the hostel. I'm trying to order pizzas, and it's a Friday night, so we can't get through, so I figure we'll just keep trying. But it's like every 15 minutes, the pizza delivery guy would show up to the hostel and somebody else would get their food. Again, there's like 50 people there, so after like, I tried for over 2.5 hours to get food from the pizza place. I could never get through. But continuously, every 15 minutes, pizza guy would be back. Somebody else's order, somebody else's order, somebody else's order. And it's like, dude, if anybody else is ordering pizzas, let's just consolidate all our orders. It was just so inefficient. So I never got pizza last night. But I had enough like random snacks and other people were sharing and stuff. So I still ate over 4,000 calories last night, which is kind of funny. And I still could have eaten a whole pizza. Ugh, I just kept getting skunked. It's a good place, it's just bad location. Good location is right on the trail. Bad location, it's not close to town and there's nothing around it. So you can't get food. Anyway, I was very hangry yesterday. On a positive note though, I did get a new water filter. So the whatever I have, Catadine, Be-Free, 1 liter bag water filter system. I still think it's the best water system on the market. However, it totally sucks. They're only good for about a month. And then the filter gets so clogged you can't use it because the flow rate is so slow. So I've had my current one that I just got rid of. I got that in like Harper's Ferry, which was about 2 months ago. So for the last month, I've been looking for a new one. Can't find them anywhere. And finally had a buddy ship one to me. So I've got a brand new one. So now this is my 3rd one I've had. They say they're good for like 1,000 liters or something, but they just get clogged up. I think the Sawyer squeeze system is it's good for like 100,000 liters. But everyone's out here gets all clogged up too. I think they last a little bit longer than the Catadine ones. But it's just very inconvenient when they don't last that long. So you have to get them swapped out for a new one. Just something else I've been thinking about for any future thru hikers. Just things that nobody talks about that are like the worst parts of the trail, as far as technically difficult worst parts. Like Kinsman. By now you know my opinion of Kinsman. I've been studying and preparing for this hike for 5 years, and I'd never heard of Kinsman. Kinsman is number 1 worst piece of trail between Springer and my current location. The Wildcat Range was like 20 miles that we just got done with. That is number 2 most rugged, technically difficult piece of trail I've ever done in my entire life. Mile for mile, that's the worst, because it was like 20 miles of just craziness. I'd never heard of the Wildcats before like one day until entering the Wildcats. Why does nobody talk about these areas? It's like, do you guys just realize how difficult those sections are? Everybody talks about like Franconia Ridge. Franconia Ridge was easy. The Presidentials was easy. The Wildcats is what's hard. Kinsman is what's hard. You can get through those. This stuff is easy. This is some of the easiest terrain I've had in weeks. I could do this all day. I made it to a nice little flat outcropping. A little bit of view through the trees, some mountains in the distance. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice sunny day today. So right now I'm just gonna chill here and try to dry out some of my wet shoes and stuff. Oh, back on trail after a nice little break. We just popped out to an outstanding overlook view. And there's another great surprise here waiting for us. We got the 1,900 mile mark. The trail today has been awesome compared to everything else we've been through. I'm cruising at a nice pace. It's just like mild ups and downs, some roots and some rocks and stuff, but it's nothing terrible. Definitely just hop, skip, and a jump over all this stuff. There's a ton of people coming out of town this morning. I've already passed like 10 people. I left kind of early, like at 7 o'clock. But there's gonna be everybody at the hostel I was at, and there's another major hostel in town. So everybody's coming out of there. So I'm imagining the shelter that I'm aiming for is probably gonna be full up. I'll probably get there at a good time with like almost nobody there probably, but it's definitely gonna fill up. Especially since the terrain's kind of easy. It's a good shelter to aim for the day out. And the Mahoosuc Notch and the Mahoosuc Arm is like first thing in the morning tomorrow. So it's right outside of that shelter. So it's a good staging point. And now I gotta slide down some rocks, so I'm gonna put the camera away. This is Page Pond. Well, the terrain is slowly getting more and more rugged. Some ups and downs and lots of broken rock sections. That's not too terribly difficult, it's just slow going. Just in a fun way. Well, this is a good rock scramble. Yeah, it looks like fun. So here's my new filter. Check out this flow rate. This is what it should be all the time. The old one took 5 minutes to fill a liter. You could fill a liter in like 20 seconds with this thing. There's a split off here for a couple of different trails. What's funny that I've noticed for a while is the disdain for the AMC, which stands for the Appalachian Mountain Club, which kind of oversees a lot of stuff here. Also known as the Appalachian Money Club. And a lot of times the AMC is scratched out because they nickel and dime the hell out of the thru hikers. But we're going to the Gentian Pond 2.2. There's a, that's kind of the first shelter we'd run into. I don't know if I'm going to stop there even. I think it's a little bit, it might be like a 0.2 or something off trail. I kind of just want to keep moving. And like 5 miles past that shelter is where I'm going to try to stay at for tonight. And I know there's like 50 plus hikers all coming out of town. I keep passing a bunch of day hikers and stuff too. Well, weekend hikers at least, but not thru hikers. So there's going to be even more people out on the trails today. So I just want to kind of get there. Okay, here's the turnoff for the Gentian Pond campsite. 0.2 that way. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip it and just keep moving. I'm going to head towards Carlo Cole shelter. 5.4. That's where I'm going for tonight. Down this way. This one's Mount Success. This one's pretty steep going up. Yeah, this is now the steepest, slowest going of the whole day. I think it's still a ways to get to the top. I didn't think there were too many tall mountains though today, but this one's going straight up. Well, I will say this mountain was kind of unexpectedly steep for me. I'm still not even halfway up yet. I'm going extremely slow. And some people can go quick up mountains. I go very slow uphill. Lots of rock slabs, lots of stair stepping, extremely steep. I'll see you at the top, probably in over an hour from now. I think the worst part about this climb is that there's water constantly seeping through all the rocks, so everything's just wet and super slick, and my shoes have no traction on them. Okay, we're at a point where I think we've passed the steepest part, and we're still not even halfway up the mountain, I think, but it's less steep going from here. Oh my God, I don't know what or why, but that was the most strenuous climb I think I've ever had to do. Strenuous is the word. Extreme amounts of effort. Holy crap. That was terrible. And everything was wet. Slip sliding all over the place. Now I'm completely worn out. Well, we're very near the top of Mount Success, and you can see it smooths out nicely. Just gonna take a second to enjoy the view up here. I think that's all stuff we've come up and over, is over that way. Yeah, there's just something about this mountain, but it is a horrible mud bog up here. Mud is like 5 foot deep if you're off the boards. And there was one part where there like was no boards, so I was trying to go through it. And I'm just mud. Mud, 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 mud. This is officially worse than Vermont. So my feet started out soaking wet this morning just from the rain in the shoes, and now I am horribly muddy. So I need like a river to walk through, and then I can attempt to start drying stuff out. Man, this has been a painful couple of miles getting up this thing. All right, it's time to add Mount Success to the list of mountains that should be feared. It's just mud bog, horrible uphill, and the whole peak. This is the trail. Oh man. Ew. Ugh. Ah, yeah. This, like, the scenery is just amazing, though. The top up here is so cool. Let's see, another turnoff trail junction. Carlo Cole tent site, 2 miles still. Man, I thought today was going to be kind of quick, and I was making relatively good time this morning. But I got slowed way down by good old Mount Success. Oh, I'm ready for this day to be over. This is a beautiful view of broken rock. I just can't wait for the Mahoosic Notch. That's gonna be loads of fun. I think I misspoke earlier. It's not shortly after this shelter, it's after the next shelter. So the Mahoosic Notch is still like miles. It's a half a day away. It's not going to be first thing in the morning. I think I know what that sign is. Let's see, yep. New Hampshire, Maine, state line. Katahdin, 282, that's crazy. And we're 1908 from Springer Mountain. I think it's closer to 1911 this year, based on the trail distances, but that's cool. Something that's cool now that we're in Maine is that the whole way up this trail, talking to people and stuff, I'm always telling them, yep, it's Georgia to Maine, going to Maine. Maine is the destination, just trying to get to Maine. Well, we're in Maine. So now, we're going to Katahdin. For some people, Mount Katahdin's like always on their mind every day. For me, Katahdin itself was never on my mind. It was always like taking the trail in chunks. What's this next 3 days look like? What's this next 5-day section look like? That kind of thing. So now it's like the first time that I'm thinking about the overall end goal. Last state, Mount Katahdin. Here we come. This is the last little bit of the day. I'm up at this place called the Ledges. It disappears down into there. And the shelter branches off to the left down into this big ravine somewhere. It's like another 0.3 or something. So down there. A lot of Guthooks comments say it's extremely precarious going down this. So we'll take it nice and easy. I just came down that. Yeah, precarious. There's also a lot of huge mud pits in between all the rocks, so I'm super muddy again, and now we're going down that. Man, this is just awesome. Alright, we're down off the Ledges. That was just a really short, precarious, crazy. Now we're on the Blue Blaze side trail to get to the Carlo Cole shelter, I think is what it's called. And yeah, today was pretty crazy. Oh, well, that's probably going to continue into tomorrow, especially since we are doing the Mahoosuc Notch and the Arm at some point tomorrow. But man, today was like, the first 12 miles was easy. You're just kind of trudging up, some ups and downs, it's easy, you're making good speed and everything. And then the last like 4 miles of the day was 1 mile an hour or slower. It got pretty crazy. So overall, made decent time, I guess, for getting here. We'll see who else trickles in. I don't know if many people are going to make it this far, or if they do and get slowed way down, they'll be trickling in at like after sunset kind of thing. But we'll see. We're at the shoulder. We'll be at the shelter shortly. Proper log cabin looking thing. Tent out back. Nobody's on the inside yet. Oh, sweet. I'll probably jump up here on the top deck. Kind of low ceiling underneath. Oh, okay. Time to get settled in and take care of the usual. And now I'm kind of settled into this top corner of the shelter. I'm still the only one in the shelter, and there's 2 in tents out back still. So nobody else has shown up yet. I've been here for about an hour. I got dinner and everything done already. Now I'm just gonna bury myself in video editing. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and sign off for now. Today's been a super, again, it was like easy in the beginning, then it just got like crazy rough in the towards the end. And it's probably gonna continue through tomorrow. So again, like I said, I don't really have a plan through this section for where I'm gonna end up. I'm just gonna play it by ear and maybe do 10-mile days. I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes. And the only other thing I was going to add was that there was like so much mud today. I was thinking, I think I've seen more mud just in today than all through Vermont, which is kind of funny. But I think that's about it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.